it's Dominique, and I'm finally done my hat the length that I want it in the lace pattern that I had shown you in the previous video. Hopefully yours turned out great. Now we're going to begin the decreasing. I'm going to break this up probably in several videos because there are 9 rows to this decreasing for the hat. So you just finished row 4, and this hat should fit your head pretty comfortably, a little bit of space on top, or you can make it really long, and then when you're done the decrease it'll sit on your head floppy, kind of like a beret. So round 1 for decrease, I'll put everything down below in the description. So you're going to knit in the back loop, you're going to purl, and then you're going to do the decrease. So that means you're going to slip 1, and it's going to be a little tricky because it's a yarn over. That's fine. So you're going to slip 1, then you're going to knit 2 together, and then you're going to take your slipped stitch and carry it over. And then you're going to purl. And then you're just going to repeat this process for row 1 of your decrease. So once again, knit back loop, purl, do the decrease, slip 1, knit 2 together, and take your slip stitch and carry it over the one you just knitted, the knit 2, and then purl. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try and knit this as fast as I can. I am not the fastest knitter by all means. I'll see what I can do. So you're just going to do this until you get to the end of your round, and you know where that is by either following your tail where you first cast on, or if you preferred, you used a marker or a stitch marker to keep track of where you are. And remember, when you're slipping a stitch over, you always slip it as if you're going to purl, but you don't do the work of a purl, you just slip it on. That way your stitch does not become crooked in your work, because sometimes it is quite noticeable, and it's also very frustrating when you're knitting and you have to flip your stitches around repeatedly. I had knit my last round, or my previous round, a little too tight, so that's why I'm having difficulty knitting 2 together. So if you are not a super fast knitter like me, or you knit too tightly and you're getting frustrated, just don't wrap your yarn around as you're doing your stitch. Don't wrap your yarn around as tightly. Just try and keep a relaxed hand as you do your knitting. And for this decrease as well, not the specific round but near the end, you will need a needle to thread the stitches, the remaining stitches together, and to pull it tight. I almost had it. And so by doing the decrease, you're decreasing the amount of stitches, but you're also continuing with the pattern. So it is possible to finish on round 3 instead of round 4 if you wanted, and then that decrease would fit with the pattern perfectly. Whoops. No, I'm okay. I thought I forgot to do something. So please feel free to email me a photo or post a reply to this video showing me what your hat looks like. I would love to see it. As I've mentioned before, this is not my pattern. This is a friend of mine in Finland who shared it with me, and I thought I would share it in English to everyone because it's a great pattern and it's great for your first time knitting a lace pattern. It's just simple, it's easy to memorize once you get it going. I'm sure you have it all memorized in your head by now. And it's just nice. You can do this, as I also mentioned before, any kind of yarn that fits your needles, your needle size. There's really no gauge to this, but I do not recommend a fuzzy kind of yarn like mohair or acrylic fuzzy kinds of yarn, just because the fuzz takes away from the lace pattern, so you wouldn't see very much definition in the pattern. Oh, it's being so picky. So I think what I'll do is I'll keep going as fast as I can here, and I'll teach you round 2 the decrease twice, and then I'll make a new video. That way it's not too long. Sorry. I'm almost near the end. I made a boo-boo. I forgot to make a decrease. I think. Yes, I did. So it's super important to pay attention to what you're doing. That way you don't have to go back like I do. There we go. And it saves you from having to unravel your work, because we all know how much fun that is. Okay, I'm so close, I'm so close. Okay, final decrease for this round. And of course my stitches are super tight on my needles. Okay, I am done. And if you're already done, I apologize for taking so much of your time. So, on to round 2 of the decrease for the hat. Super easy. We're going to go knit in the back loop, purl, and you'll see it goes along with the pattern for the most part. Knit 1, purl, knit in the back loop. Okay, so I just repeated knit in the back loop. So the pattern for row 2 is knit in the back loop, purl, knit, purl. Repeat all the way around. So once again, in knitted form, knit in the back loop, purl, knit 1, and purl. So repeat that process for round 2 all the way around, and I'll start another video once I'm done my round 2. Thank you so much for watching.